host of the Gridiron.
Now this one, Williams from the Eagles. Could the Giants steal stud defensive tackle from the enemy? Right, the Eagles are letting go some guys. Of course, they extended a couple guys contracts, right? So they're dishing out some money, but they're also letting some guys go as well too. So Howie Roseman's rewarding some of his players, right? But he's also obviously they can't keep everybody, right? So they are letting go some players now. Now this one here would be pretty cool. I mean, the one thing is now that Super Bowl champion defensive tackle could sign with the Giants in free agency. Giants could get some revenge against the Eagles if a defensive tackle, Milton Williams, hits free agency. Now, the thing is, he's not overwhelming in the run game, right? At some point, Giants general manager Joe Schoen will have to swing big in free agency. The Giants have plenty of cap space and don't need to chase the class most expensive quarterbacks. Schoen's seat is hot, and as his job security wanes, his urgency should increase. New York has no shortage of needs. Either a veteran quarterback will be added to insulate the room. Receiver Darius Slayton could open a job on the boundary. That's right. There's bound to be some reshuffling on the offensive line, and the defense requires reinforcements. Of course, we need a cornerback. Among the top needs on defense are cornerback and defensive tackle, helping the unit make good on a solid pass rush and finding nose tackle Dexter Lawrence a worthy sidekick. Thus, it remains possible that Super Bowl champion defensive tackle Milton Williams could sign with the Giants in free agency. He capped off his rookie contract with a bang, playing exceptionally well in the Super Bowl, making himself money in the game's biggest stage. The Eagles can't keep everyone, a consequence of having quality talent all over the place, and their quest for another championship might require getting cheaper in the trenches. Williams, though, was ESPN's 16th ranked free agent entering the offseason. 16th ranked, so they got him rated up there pretty high. Williams is in strength to displace blockers at the point of attack. With the light feet and short area burst to slip interior offensive linemen as a pass rusher, Matt Bowen wrote. He had 5 sacks and 18 pressures in 2024 with the Eagles. The arrow is pointing up. New York hasn't paired Sexy Dexy with the Dynamo at tackle since, of course, Leo the Lion was traded away to the Seahawks. Pairing him with a more athletic 3-tech should help each of them, especially given the pass rush synergy with the help of edge rushers Brian Burns and Kayvon Thibodeau. Shane's actions have long signaled the desire to build a truly elite defensive line. Williams is their opportunity to build one. Given the prevalence of pass rushers in today's game, Williams will be in high demand, potentially about $20 million per year. But for a Giants team that needs to build a truly elite unit, Williams remains a priority target. Now, with Williams here, all right, now he is, he's gone. Let's see. He obviously is not a full-time. He's not a full-time player. He had 653 snaps this past season, right? But he graded out a 76.5. Once again, this is just strictly PFF. Okay. They gave him 54 pressures. They got him down for 8 sacks. Okay, so grand total of 54 pressures. But 54 pressures, he only had 418 pass rushing opportunities. So 54 pressures, I mean, he's like, that's like 1 out of, what the heck would that be? 1 out of 8, like 1 out of every 8 times he rushed, he got a pressure. That's pretty good. That's really pretty good. In 2023, he graded out at a 70.4. 2022 graded at a 72.2. So you're going to get somebody who's pretty solid in there, pretty decent. Now, of course, the one thing that helps is that sometimes guys in the obviously in the interior, right? if they're playing next to or like good edge rushers, another good defensive tackle, obviously that lifts everybody up, right? So that's what might have helped Williams out maybe with the Eagles, but he's going to get the same thing here with the Giants. He's going to have two good edge rushers. He's got Sexy Dexy is better than any defensive lineman the Eagles got, right? So Williams would help Sexy out. Sexy would help Williams out. So, right. I mean, of course, you got to, the build up in the trenches, is very, very important. Now, the thing is, you're not sure what the Giants' obviously plan is going forward. I did a video last time. I did a video. They were talking about them going maybe big in the guard free agent market, right? Maybe bring Van Roten back on the cheap, right? Because I'm sure he was not very expensive last year. Bring him back on the cheap, be fine by me. But go out there and bring in a younger, established guard, right? Help build up the offensive line. But if the Giants, want to get the best from their defense, help to build up in the trenches there. Let's get somebody next to Sexy that can really, raise some heck in there. Now, whether it's, I don't know what they're planning on doing in the first round, but if you don't do that in the first, maybe grab a defensive tackle in the second round. There's supposed to be a good defensive tackle class. Let's get somebody good because Sexy is up here, right now. And this is as high as he's going to go. Because this is going to be, a seventh season. He's going to start kind of going down like this, somewhere along the line. I'm not saying this year, next year, whatever. Somewhere along the line, he's going to start going down. Let's get somebody next to him, right, when he's up here, that can really help him out, right? Wouldn't it be great to have a great front four? This Nacho's not the answer. And actually, Nacho might be one of the cap casualties this year. Save the Giants a few $1 million if they will let him go. But the thing is with Williams, okay, it's a little like this past season, his pass rush grade was a 91.7. It was just phenomenal. I mean, of course, their whole defense was just phenomenal, right? So you put good guys next to good guys, obviously, it lifts everybody up. But it might be the same thing that comes to New York, all right? So with Burns, Thibodeau, and you got Sexy Dexy, Williams' pass rush might still be really, really good. Thing is, his tackling's never been that phenomenal. His tackling grade was a 39.8. 2023 was a 41.7. His rookie season was a 44.7. His run defense, sometimes it's, this past season, his run defense was a 41. 2 years ago in 2023, it was a 69. His second season was a 73.5, but then his rookie season, it was a 45.2. So, it's, you're not sure. You can get pretty good results from his run defense, or you could be kind of crappy. This past season was kind of crappy. His pass rush was very, very good. His run defense was not. So, I mean, it's going to be one of those wait and see things. I'll have to wait and see. But I mean, it's just funny because it's like every time that, another guy gets let go, could the Giants come in and swoop up this guy, So we'll have to wait and see. But I mean, the Giants, it would really, really be nice to get somebody next to Dexter Lawrence in there that could really, really help out the defensive line. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, the run defense was very poor last year. Very, very poor. So if we're not going to go after like somebody like Williams, maybe if we get somebody in there who's maybe, because Williams is better maybe at rushing the passer than he is maybe at stuffing the line, right? I wouldn't be, against bringing in somebody who's maybe more of a run stuffer and then maybe as a pass rusher, right? Somebody can consume some blocks. Right, so we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, the Giants got a plan. Not exactly sure what it's going to wind up being, but we'll have to wait and see.